Well, hey, good morning to you. Welcome to the end of another week. Congratulations for staying indoors. Congratulations for keeping a safe distance. Congratulations on keeping your sanity through all of this. It hasn't been easy. Scalding hot. Very, very hot. Oh, so hot coffee. Not going to feel that part of my tongue again for a long time. So, how have you been? Because I got to tell you, I am losing it. I have quite a wild day ahead of me today. I've got to record, edit, write, and record. I have to record this with you, and then a little later I'm going to read a little Climbing Maya, so I hope you stick around for that. And then I've got to go upstairs and edit everything, release it on YouTube, and then I've got to write the rest of the next DC Home, which I started last night. I'm very excited about it. I knew that with all of these DC Homes, I want to keep the tone appropriate for the feeling I get from the nation, what I feel coming from the nation. And, just not because I'm psychic, but because I read the news and watch the news, and I have eyes and ears. And for me, the moment now calls for a quieter, more understated DC Home. Last week was a little bit more, zany, I guess you might say. Had a little bit of the romance backstory thrown in, C story thrown in. It's not even the B story, but hey, it's two teenage kids. How could they not fall in love? But they haven't yet. I'm sure that's coming. Who knows? Maybe it won't. But this week, I'm moving away from that to something else, which you'll have to find out about tomorrow when I release it. But I really feel like it's a somber moment. I feel like the nation is finally, with the exception of certain assholes in the White House, taking this seriously. Oh, sure, they can be in the Senate too. And sure, in any of your states where Republicans may reside. I'm probably going to talk a little bit more politics today, and if this offends you, I am sorry for that. But it really is a moment. The feeling I get is that people may finally be getting sick of Trump's bullshit, and not just the people who, have been reading the news and know about it all this time, but the rest of the country. Maybe not his ardent 40%, but certainly the other 60 are finally starting to wake up to his nonsense. I have been proven wrong in the past, and I will probably be proven wrong again, but this is certainly the feeling I'm getting. Anyway, change happens slowly. History is very long. And we won't see a lot of the changes that we hope to see in our lifetimes. That's part of the bitch about mortality. You're going to miss out on a lot of stuff. I mean, I'm going to miss out on humans being on Mars. Hell, I might miss out on humans being on the moon again, because we suck at that. But we don't live in an age of big ideas. We haven't had an age of big ideas since I was born. My life has been spent in an age of smaller and smaller ideas, as we have in America been convinced that we can do less and less and less because rich people need more and more and more. And I say that because Bernie Sanders dropped out of the race yesterday. And I have always been a big supporter of Bernie's. He has lived a lifetime, an exemplary lifetime as an example for all of us who want to do better for people, who want our nation to do better for people, who want each other to do better for people. A lot of people were very disappointed yesterday. And of course, if I might address the issue of Bernie bros for a minute, whenever Bernie Sanders is in the news, people talk about the Bernie bros. Yo, bro, you're a Bernie bro. Because if there's one thing meathead bro culture is all about, it's about socialism, bro. So I think the Bernie bro idea is complete nonsense. I think it's the most idiotic thing I've ever heard. Because really, bro, everybody should have health care, bro. Yeah, bro, I'm socialist, bro. Seriously? So, so that's what I have to say about that. I think there's been a lot of misunderstanding about Bernie Sanders, about socialism in this nation, but why shouldn't there be? We're not educated in socialism. I mean, think about it. To be educated in socialism, what do you got to do? Take a college course? Most people aren't going to do that. And most people, sadly, are not going to, read. So there's a lot of misunderstanding about what socialism is in this nation, and you can see it because we apparently seem to think that bro culture is communist, socialist, pinko crap. It's really sad. But I know that there are a lot of people who do support Bernie, like myself, and a lot of people who are very disappointed. I was very disappointed when Elizabeth Warren dropped out because personally, I thought she was the best candidate. And I think she could be again. I don't think she's done. But yeah, Bernie's gone and we're left with Uncle Joe Biden. And those are two different issues. The first, of course, Bernie. And back to what I was saying about us not being a big ideas culture. Because we're not a big ideas culture, of course Bernie isn't the nominee. Of course he's not. Our nominee is the one who's saying, can we just get back to sanity, please? Which is what a lot of people are saying. Biden isn't going to take us any new places. He's going to try and return us to the status quo for all of its good and for all of its ill. And eventually, someone's going to have to fix that instead of manipulating it to their benefit, which is what Trump has done. Trump saw all of the problems with the government and said, I can fuck that up even more. And so he did. But the thing that Bernie supporters should remember is that though we don't live in a big idea culture is coming. Big idea culture is coming to a theater near you. I may have lived in a time of small ideas, small government, small everything except penises, of course, because we have pills for that. But I'm in a mood. But no, we don't live in a big idea culture or big idea society, but we will. And so you've got to keep in mind that Bernie may not be the guy to change everything, but he was the guy to inspire millions to change everything. And I really think that matters. I think that counts for something. And if you don't believe me, let me introduce you to a friend of mine. His name is Eugene V. Debs, D-E-B-S. You might want to look it up online. Stories about him are all over because he was a hero in American history. He was a socialist hero. He didn't change everything because he was involved in politics at a time of small ideas. He wasn't around during a big idea time. He was around in the early 20th century, the Gilded Age. So he was around right about when things were the way they are now, minus the COVID. So while he inspired a lot of people, he couldn't get a mass movement to change the US for the better, but he could inspire millions of people to do just that about 40 years into the century. Okay, maybe not even that. You know what I mean. The New Deal came along. Socialist ideas did prevail, and people were lifted up by the millions, and our society improved by any litmus test you want economically. Sure, yes, there are always outliers, fuck off, but for the most part, from the 40s and the 50s and the 60s, when we pursued big ideas, we got big returns. Not everybody, but that doesn't mean we can't design a system that does, right? And that's kind of the problem I have with Republicans, is that their response to corruption, their response to poorly designed systems, their response to anything they can manipulate for their own personal improvements, their own personal betterment, their own pockets, they're going to. And it sickens me. And you see someone like Bernie Sanders or Elizabeth Warren, whose interest is in bettering the nation, is in helping the nation. And I can't understand why anyone would possibly be Republican short of being a complete asshole. Hi, how you doing? So that's my Bernie bit. Don't get upset. Don't start being divisive. Don't say you won't vote for Biden because Biden's just as bad as Trump, because you know that's nonsense. What you got to do is you got to remember that history takes a really long time. And what you want to happen today may not happen today. It may not happen tomorrow. Faith isn't about instant gratification. Faith is about patience. You know that. Why am I telling you? You know that. You're watching me. What's that have to do with it? I don't know. Maybe I'm trying to tell them to be patient and eventually I'll come up with something good. Hi. So I wanted to talk about Bernie. I also wanted to talk about Biden, because now we got Biden. We're stuck with Biden. Biden's the guy. And I have been a supporter of Joe Biden pretty much my entire life. I remember running into him in the news starting in the early 90s when he started running for president. He's always been the guy who says the wrong thing. He's always been the guy who's kind of been, too touchy and grabby. He's an old guy who grew up in another age. But we have to accept that for now, because it's either the pussy grabber or the hugger. Take your pick. Biden has a sharp mind when it comes to foreign policy. Biden is a decent human being, which should count for more than just about anything else. So yeah, I support Biden over Trump any day, any week, any month, any year, anytime. Trump can't be out of office fast enough for me. The evil he does on a daily basis is heartbreaking, because I know it doesn't affect me. I'm fine. Well, except that I haven't been tested for COVID yet, and I'd really like to be. But other than that. But I worry about all the people who aren't, who are ass raped by this fucking clown daily. Hi. So, okay, enough politics, you think? I've been talking for 15 minutes. Holy crap. Just on politics alone. This is why I try to stay away from it. So, real quick, end of God knows what week we're on. I'm gonna be back on Monday. I'm gonna read for you another chapter of Climbing Maya today before heading back into the studio to write and record another DC Home, which will come out tomorrow. And I hope you're doing well. All my love to you, whoever you are. I just, we're all in this together. This virus, it doesn't know walls. So it's the great leveler, right? You and I are brothers. You and I are sisters. Wait, no, we're not sisters. You get my point. We're all family. So you take it easy. You take care of yourself. Be good to yourself. Be kind to others. Let's make this world a better place. I've got to get to work. You take it easy. And there you have it. You've just survived another Ken LaSalle video. For more information about new releases, projects in the works, or even stuff from the archives, head on down to kenlasalle.com. You can also find me on Facebook, Twitter, and all around social media, just as long as it's called Facebook or Twitter. Thanks for your support, as always. Be sure to subscribe to this channel, and I'll be back soon with more nonsense.